All right, so today what I want to do is I want to start by reading or sharing a story with you about an elephant named Elmer. So we're going to listen to this story and then we're going to do a directed drawing based on what we learned in the story and based on the elephants in the story. So please follow along.
Elmer by David McGee. There was once a herd of elephants. Elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall and short, fat and thin. All were different, but all were happy, and almost all were the same color. All except Elmer. Elmer was not elephant color. He was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange, and red, and pink, and purple, and blue, and green, and black, and white. It was Elmer who kept the other elephants happy. Their games and jokes were always his idea. If an elephant was laughing, the cause was usually Elmer. But Elmer himself wasn't happy. Who ever heard of a patchwork elephant? He thought. No wonder they laugh at me. One morning, just as the others were waking up, Elmer slipped away. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. Good morning, Elmer, they said. After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for. A large bush covered with elephant-colored berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and shook it until the berries fell on the ground. Then Elmer lay down and rolled over on the berries, this way and that. He picked up bunches of berries and rubbed himself all over until he was covered with berry juice. When he had finished, there wasn't a sign of any yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white. Elmer looked like any other elephant. On his way back through the jungle, Elmer passed the other animals. Good morning, elephant, they said. When Elmer rejoined the herd, none of the other elephants noticed him. As he stood there, Elmer felt that something was wrong. But what? He looked around. Same old jungle, same old blue sky, same old rain cloud, same old elephants. The other elephants were standing absolutely still, silent and serious. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. It made him want to laugh. Finally, he could bear it no longer. He lifted his trunk and, at the top of his voice, shouted, "Boo!" The other elephants jumped in surprise. Elmer was helpless with laughter. Then the others began to laugh. Too bad Elmer isn't here to share the fun, they said, laughing harder and harder. And then the rain cloud burst. When the rain fell on Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. Oh, Elmer! Gasped an old elephant as Elmer was washed back to normal. You've played some good jokes, but this has been the biggest laugh of all. What would we do without you? We must celebrate this day every year, said another. The day of Elmer's best joke. All of us elephants will decorate ourselves in his honor, said a third. And Elmer will decorate himself elephant color. And one day each year, the elephants color themselves yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white, and have a parade. If you happen to see an elephant in the Elmer's Day Parade who is ordinary elephant color, you will know it must be Elmer.
All right, so that's a really fun story because it just proves that it's good to be different and, to value everybody for the differences that they have. And also, I just love at the end how everybody gets to dress up and they're all creative and different patterns and colors. So today we're going to do a guided drawing and we are going to draw an elephant, and then you get to come up with how your elephant could dress for the parade for Elmer's Day. So let me change my screen here so you can see my drawing paper. There we go. All right, here we go. So you can probably see my drawing paper here. And now this is one that I worked on earlier, so you can see I added some fun patterns to it, but I'm gonna guide you through drawing an elephant like Elmer. So here we go, everybody. I'm gonna give you, if you need to pause it in between your steps, go ahead and pause it, but I want you to try to follow along and listen to the steps just like we do in class. So I'm gonna start towards the top of my paper with a long kind of U shape, upside down U shape, I should say. Okay, and that's gonna be the back of the elephant. Okay, so after we do that, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it from this left side over here. I'm gonna give it just a little tiny bump, and I'm gonna come down close to the bottom of my paper, but not all the way. All right, this is gonna be the trunk of my elephant. After I come down here, I'm gonna swoop it back up, kind of like a backwards J shape. I'm gonna give it a little horizontal line, and then follow that curve back up to create his mouth. So it's kind of like a backwards J that's like a block letter or a bubble letter. All right, as I come up here, I'm gonna do a little V for the mouth of the elephant. And then I'm gonna bring it back around that trunk this way and down to where the trunk touches, or the same level as that trunk. Maybe just a little bit further actually for the leg. Now in the story, the legs were kind of square shaped. So, or rectangle shapes, I should say. So I'm gonna give them the same shape of legs. Nice, simple rectangle shaped legs. So I did a horizontal line. I'm gonna bring that line back up, almost to where the trunk ends, maybe a little bit lower than that. And then I'm gonna give it a little tiny curve for the belly of the elephant, stopping before I get to the end of here, because I still have to give him some back legs too. All right, so from this top curve, I'm gonna come down about the middle of where the body is here. I'm gonna give him just a little V shape for a tail, and then come down from there about to where this leg ends. And I'm gonna do that back leg. I'm gonna try to make them about the same thickness so that the legs all look the same, and bring it back down with a vertical line. Now, if you want it to look like your elephant is walking, you can do some diagonal lines here that come across and back up. I'm going to do a diagonal line from back here, bring it across, diagonal, and back up. And now he's got 4 legs and it looks like he's walking. All right, for his ear, I'm going to come right about, I would say like above where the mouth is here. If you want to give him a little smile on his face, you could do that too. But right about above there, not quite to the top, somewhere in the middle here, I'm going to give him an ear shape. So a little diagonal line, a curve, and then back up. Okay, across from my ear, I'm going to give him a little eye. And you can make your eyes as creative as you want, but that is the basic steps of the elephant. If you would like to make it look like he's not floating, because I would really encourage you to add some backgrounds in here, I'm gonna do a little like line that's underneath his feet, kind of goes to the edge of my paper from both sides, and then it looks like he's standing on the ground. Now is where you get to be as creative as you would like, okay? Now I worked with marker to begin with. I sure hope you all started with your pencils today. I forgot to mention that, but we always start with our pencil first. Okay, now is where you get to add in your creative touches. So at the end for the parade, we saw that all the elephants dressed in different, or they dressed themselves up, and some had patterns and designs and flowers and stars and polka dots. So you can design your elephant with colors however you want. Okay, if you would like to add a background, that would be amazing. If you want to give it some trees around Elmer or the elephant that you drew, you can add some trees in there so it looks like the forest. Add some color to those. If you want to put a sun in the sky and maybe some clouds in the sky, You can add to your background and be as creative as you would like today. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed the story, and I cannot wait to see your elephants and how creative you are with them. I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will see you soon.